All right. So a number of players were extended tryouts. Where's Yager? Anyways, seriously, where's Yager? You can't tell me these guys are all better than Yager. And I know people are going to say, he's 45, giving up. It's a tryout. Okay, now that I got that out of my system, let's move on. So the Calgary Flames bring in Tanner Glass, and people are going to wait for me to make some joke about Tanner Glass. And honestly, he can be useful as a utility forward. I don't see him making Calgary, and I'm going to make the calls on this. Whether I see somebody making it or not. I'll circle them if I think they're going to make it. I can't see Glass making the Flames. Sometimes a guy goes on a tryout and he fails to make that team and ends up somewhere else. I could see that happening with Tanner. I'm not sure where he fits on the Flames. Maybe a Flames fan can let me know where they could see Tanner Glass fitting. And Rangers fans can make whatever comments, and Canucks fans can make whatever comments. I'm sure they will. Colorado, Jared Cowan. This is a smart move. I'm actually kind of surprised Jared Cowan's been out of the league this long. I know he was slow. I know he was signed to too much money. But there's too much of a pedigree there to just ignore it and throw it away. This is a good move for Colorado. After a Kerfoot signing, which may go nowhere, but at least it's worth a shot, right? So I'm kind of scared because this is two moves made now by Sakic. The thing is, he still hasn't made one of the big moves he has to make. When he starts making those big moves, then I can start saying whether or not Sakic's pulling himself out of the mire and the muck. Dallas has signed Umberger to a tryout. I honestly have my doubts that Umberger makes it either. You'll notice I didn't circle Cowan either. I don't think he makes Colorado, but I think he could end up in the American League and do well and end up being a call-up later in the season. Umberger, there's a reason he's out of the game. I really honestly can't see him coming back. Detroit, David Booth. Booth has had some bad luck. He has. I think he has... It is tough for me with Detroit because I know Detroit lacks some depth. But on a tryout, I think Booth ends up getting released. Florida, Nikolai Belov, no idea. But I absolutely love Brandon Peary being brought back to Florida. I think that's a winning move. And that helps answer their forward depth issues that they have. And they have a lot of forward depth issues. Peary helps to alleviate that a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. LA, Chris Lee, Andrei Loktionov, and Brandon Prust. People are going to wait for me to say something about Prust. He's a tough guy. I never liked him in Vancouver. I never liked him when he was a Montreal Canadian either. I don't think Ottawa Senators fans are big fans of his either. Of the three, I could see Loktionov starting the season in the NHL. I could see Prust ending up in the American League, as well as Lee. Montreal and Eric Jalina. This is an interesting one. Montreal does have issues on the blue line. It does need more depth. Jalina's not that big puck mover they need, though. They need another puck mover. So, I don't know that Jalina makes it. Yeah, no. I'll say he ends up being a depth guy for Montreal. He probably ends up watching from the rafters a lot during the games. But I'll say Montreal signs him. New Jersey with Jimmy Hayes. Hayes had a horrible season in Boston. Horrible. New Jersey has a tradition of getting the best out of players that look like they're done at the NHL level. So I'll go ahead and say Hayes earns himself a job with New Jersey. And he scores more than 2 goals this year. Bobby Farnham with the Rangers. He's likely a farmhand. I can't see him making the team. Jay McClement with Pittsburgh. With Matt Cullen out of the mix, and with the potential of one of their prospects maybe needing time in the minors, I'll go ahead and say that McClement could get signed as a 13th forward. Brian White in Vancouver. There's already too many forwards in Vancouver. I went through this when I did Vancouver's season preview. I don't know how many of those forwards White finishes ahead of. I think they signed him because he's shown at times he can be a top 9 guy and a very good top 9 guy. He also could disappear for long periods of time. So I'll say that I'll go out on a limb and say maybe a Reed Boucher, if he's not up to snuff, gets waived, and White gets a job. So there you go. Of all the guys who are out there, I think I'm picking 6 that I think are end up getting an NHL contract. I'm going to say right now that's going to be high. I'm going to be wrong on probably at least 2 of these guys. Let me know your picks in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And thank you so much for watching. This is fun. This is that time of year. Where's Jágr? And why, if Calgary's willing to give Tanner Glass a tryout, there's this Iginla kid. Give him a tryout. Give him a look. It doesn't hurt to give a guy a look in the preseason. I don't understand. You're not committing cap space. You're not committing a contract. You're giving him a look. Maybe Iginla's re-energized with Calgary. Give him a look. Sign him to just a tryout. Just to see what's left. And for Doan, there's no team that could give Doan just a tryout. Owen Nolan got a tryout with Vancouver when he was past his prime. Tuomo Ruutu got a tryout with Vancouver last fall, and I was still surprised he didn't get some kind of a contract out of it because he played well. But I think you at least give a guy a tryout. I'm really surprised that we haven't seen one of those 3. 2 of them are for sure Hall of Famers, and Doan's on the fence for me. But Jágr and Iginla are Hall of Famers. And I can't see why 31 teams in the league, not one of those teams can find space for them in their tryouts. Let me know what your thoughts are about that too. Like and subscribe. Those buttons are your friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.